Hi bloomers, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. As you can see by the title of this video, you can see what I am about to be talking about today. Please excuse the fact that I have on makeup. I usually do not record with makeup on. I always have on a fresh face, but I had a special event today and it required me to wear makeup. It wasn't really an event, but yeah. So we're just gonna hop straight into this video. It's been long awaited. Truth be told, I did record this I recorded it last week and I still didn't like it because I still was very nervous and I still was, I think, getting a little too in my emotions, and I didn't want all of that to be shown, even though that would be me being my authentic self. But yeah, so we're gonna try this again without all the emotions. So let's get into it. So for me and my personal healing journey, how did it start? When did it start? What does it look like now? So how did it start? When did it start? I would want to say I've been on it for a while. It just so happens that I didn't really acknowledge every aspect or every area of my life that needed to be acknowledged in the healing department. And when I say that, I mean I was allowing pride to be my best friend. I didn't want to acknowledge certain behaviors, certain characteristics that I would have developed because I needed to work on certain things. And that played a major part in why I didn't necessarily really take the time to, say, work on different aspects. So in full transparency, once I really started my walk with God, that's when I noticed a difference and a change. And some days I would have found myself saying, you know, I don't want to act like this anymore. I don't want to be like that anymore because that's really not me. And I never used to be like that, or I picked it up, or simply I have this trait that I dislike about myself and I want to change it. And one day, or one night, I should say, and this is over a time period of a couple years. I definitely want to say between 2022, 2023 is when I really started it. I want to say 2023 was when I really started to get in tune with it. And maybe 6 months into 2023, I would say that's when I really kind of sat down. I was like, okay, God, I really want to surrender to you. And when I started surrendering different aspects to God, that's when, I was like, okay, I need to surrender myself and things that I need to work on. So anyway, one night I was and I remember this night perfectly. One night I was just sitting on my bed, and I was having meditation at first, and then the meditation turned into prayer. I was simply having a conversation with the Lord. I wasn't praying with my hands like this. I literally was just talking and in my safe space. And I literally was like, God, I need you to show me the areas of my life that I need to work on, or I need to heal from, or things that I need to get over, because I would find myself holding back, or I would find myself justifying my actions, or I would find myself justifying my attitude when it came to certain things. For example, in a past relationship I had, it wasn't the best relationship, and so much was going on during that time period as well. A lot was happening, not just with me, but my family as well. And the way things ended with that particular person, I kind of was just oh, well, okay, because I ever kind of wanted it to end. And I just didn't take the time for myself to really sit and feel my emotions. I kind of put it as a back burner, and I put everything else that was going on to the forefront so I didn't have to acknowledge those feelings. By the way, if you guys see me scratching, I'm probably getting attacked by mosquitoes. So yeah, that was one thing that I could attest to and say, like, I have this tendency of, rather than dealing with my emotions and trying to feel what I'm feeling when it comes to certain things, especially when someone does me something, rather than me trying to address it, whether I, look at myself in the mirror and say, okay, that hurt my feelings, or me, I don't really necessarily address persons unless I really, really have to. I just tend to ignore the feeling. Fast forwarding, because I don't want to make this long. As I started to sit with God and I started to talk to him, and again, as I started to pray to him, and I started to say, okay, show me, God. I want you to show me the areas I need to work in, what you think, what I need to heal from. I could have listed off some of my actions. I could have listed off certain things and say, I notice I do this, or I do that. Or when someone asks me this, I get defensive, stuff like that. And as quick as I said that prayer was as quick as things were like happening, like little small things. And then I would respond a certain way, or my actions would be a certain way. And then I said, okay, this is what I need to work on. This is what I need to heal from. Some things are from childhood. Not all is from adulthood. Some did come from childhood. Like, I'll give you guys an example. I always felt the need to always explain myself or defend myself. And that comes from me being mischievous as a child. And in me being mischievous as a child, we all, when you're the young, it's only me and my older sister, there's only two of us. When you are the mischievous child and you do things, you tend to lie a lot. And I used to lie a lot when I was young from doing mischievous things. But then I got to a point where I got to age where certain things would happen and I wasn't responsible for it. However, because my family was already used to me being the one to lie and do certain things, I would always end up getting the blame for it. Or I don't want to say always, but in most cases, even if they didn't come out and say, yeah, Dad, we know you, we know you're lying, it still came off like they thought it was me, even when it wasn't. And I always would end up crying, trying to defend myself, things like that. And then recently, as an adult, something happened and I wasn't responsible for it. However, persons thought it was me. Keep in mind now, I wasn't even near, I wasn't even in the environment because I'm never home. And when I say I'm never home, I'm to work or I'm to a prayer meeting, or I am, if I am home, I'm in my bedroom. And I'm doing whatever I'm doing in my bedroom, And it upset me, and I kind of responded in a way that I will admit I didn't like the way I responded. But at the same time, it's like, I just said it wasn't me, but you still kind of accusing me. And after that, I realized like, hey, you gotta work on this. But anyway, so for me, my healing journey has not been the prettiest. It's not been the prettiest at all. It's not been the easiest either, because I am an emotional person. So, some people, they like to criticize me for it and whatever, but I rather be a person with emotions than to be emotionless. I don't know if that's the word, but But yeah, my healing journey has not been the easiest at all. Like at all. It has been the most difficult journey that I've ever experienced, especially because I started to take it very serious. I started to take myself a little more serious about it, like with me setting boundaries, me making sure people don't cross the line with me, and like putting certain things in place, you know what I mean? And I had moments where I was frustrated. I had moments where I was sad. I had moments where I was angry, because it's like, I just want to get over this. I want to get through this. This is not easy, because it's almost like pruning, where you have to get rid of those things. You have to put certain things into practice. You have to call yourself out. You can't be prideful. You can't be prideful when you are, you can't be prideful when you're trying to heal and you're trying to work on yourself. So my journey was not easy. It sucked. I did not like it. I did not like, and it all comes with growing up. It all comes with growth. It all comes with trying to be a better person. I try to be a good person, Not all the time. I'm good. I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna, people tend to think when you walking with God or you're a Christian, you're this goody two-shoe and no. When you're walking on this journey and on this path of healing and when you're doing it with God, it's not easy, it's not perfect. Like you would feel moody, and then another thing that I realized on this journey is that it's very lonely. Like for me, it was very lonely. Like, yes, I have my small group of people, my little village that I could go to and, I could talk to them and I can say, hey, this is how I'm feeling today. This is what's going on. I would get sound wisdom. I would get sound advice. But there are still certain things that I don't talk about, whereas I still just hold it in. And if I don't hold it in, I try to I just pray about it and just ask God to just give me strength and give me some form of peace in my mind mentally. So that's another thing with my healing journey that I'm about to explain. As I was saying, sorry, I had to cut the camera because my throat is in and out. I'm just getting over a cough, but yeah. So yes, it's important to have a village. It's important to have those people who genuinely care about you and who genuinely want to be a listening ear, and you're not going to hear it back from somebody else. And it's important to have those people because you need someone to vent to and you need someone that you can release your burden to. And I personally don't like to do it because the people who I definitely want to say, especially this year, who I've chosen to open up to a lot, it makes me feel sad sometimes because I'm talking and I'm telling them how I probably am feeling or what I was dealing with. And then I just look into their eyes and it's like, damn, I wish I didn't tell you that because now I feel like you're going to take it on, right? But besides all of that, it is a lonely journey. It makes me feel kind of sad because I feel like on this path, it's so narrow because it's just me and God. Because it's really him just working on, it's really just him working on me and me working on myself. And I'm only trying to be the best version of myself. And if that means I have to do this by myself, and if that means that, I have to work on my attitude, work on how I do certain things, then that's just what it's gonna be. And I found that since I've started really, really trying to take the time to really heal, get over a lot. When I say get over a lot, I'm talking about letting go of things, whether I didn't get closure, whether I'm trying to figure out why certain things would have transpired or happened, or, and healing doesn't necessarily have to mean emotions. It can mean losing a friendship, losing a relationship. It can mean things not working out. And that's why you guys would always hear me say in certain videos, release and let go of the expectation of how you wanted things to be. Release and let go of what you wanted your life to be like. Because at the end of the day, if you get caught up in that, you're gonna make yourself upset, even more upset. And I'm speaking from experience because I'm a very passionate person. When my mind is made up to do something, I like to do it. And I am a control freak. I like to be in control of my life. And I had to realize on this healing journey that I can't control everything, and that I can't remember which, I think it's in Psalms where it talks about, releasing, learning to know the difference between what you can control and what you can control and what you cannot control, and have the wisdom to know the difference. I think that has been the hardest thing for me on this healing journey. Releasing the need to control, because the more I try to change certain things, I don't care how long I would try to control the situation, and the more I try to control it, the more I went left. And then the minute I kind of started to pull back, things started working on the way it was supposed to. And even now, I think I still struggle with it. I lied, let me not say I still struggle with it. I think right now, for me, I'm still learning to accept that what's meant for you will be for you. What didn't work out will not work out. And what's supposed to work out will work out. And all things work out for the greater good. No matter how sucky it seems, no matter how much it hurts, Currently, right now, I want to say I'm doing much better. Because I came to terms with a lot of things and I've prayed a lot. I have spoken, I have released, I have screamed, I've cried, I've fasted, I've done the works. But currently, like right now, with my healing, I feel better. Like I say, it's an ongoing, intentional thing. You are never, I don't want to say because things could bring up all emotions, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to say that I'm 100% healed, but I am more whole than I was before. I think it's safe to say that. I've definitely grown a lot. I'm still working on a few things, but it's definitely been a journey. I am thankful to God for the journey. Even if I didn't like it, it was needed because it has brought me, I think it's safe to say it's brought me closer to God. It's brought me closer to just communing with Him more, talking to Him more, starting to see things for what they are. I think I've learned to even be more by myself, like learning to just enjoy being to myself. Yeah, I don't like it all the time, but that's what happens when you're healing. When you're healing, you just, I don't know, it's like a new you comes out. A new you is born. It's like a rebirth, I want to say. But I definitely want to say, it hasn't been the easiest. It has not. I still have moments, where I do question God and I'm like, did it really have to happen like that? Did it really have to be like that? But then again, it's like, if it's the will of God, then it's going to happen. Like, you can't run from it. And from the moment I started to tell God, like, listen, I want to be the best version of myself. I want to be a better person. All of this started to take place. So if you're not ready to deal with all of that, then don't ask for God to start pointing out to you like what you need to work on and what you need to heal from. And that's just coming from someone who didn't realize what they were praying for until it was actually happening to them. Oh, and then I want to do one more point and then I'm going to be done. Because like I said, I didn't want to make this video long, but I just wanted you guys to get a general sense of what my healing journey has been like thus far and what it looks like now. Warfare. You're going to experience warfare. If you don't believe in warfare, then wonderful, good for you. But because I involved God on this journey as well, and because I took it very serious, warfare did come, left, right, and center. I'm talking, I was tested where I wanted to answer back, where I wanted to fight back. And if it wasn't like that, the enemy was trying to like mess with my mind. And you know what they say, if the enemy can't get you through someone, he's gonna mess with you mentally. And that was something that I did struggle with as well, especially for the year 2024 too. Like, I had moments where, like, mentally, I was just like, this is just ghetto. Like, where's this emotion coming from? Where's this feeling coming from? But I will say that warfare does come with it, because once the enemy sees you trying to be a better you, and he sees that you're trying to not really live of the world, but live of the spirit. When the enemy notices that you're just trying to be a better person, babe, like, he is going to come at you, and he's going to come at you with different tactics and strategies, to the point where even if he didn't use someone to try and get at me, he would intentionally put certain things in place. That's how I felt, like certain things were intentional. Now, sometimes it could have been God to just test me, but I am very sure that it was the enemy, like, allowing me to miss and see certain things, or miss and let me hear certain things, or, just to see, like, what I was gonna do. And I remember saying to myself one day, like, I feel like the enemy is very mad at me, because I really ain't on his run. Like, back the you-know-what up off of me, like, leave me alone, right? And that's how I know I'm doing good. This is how I know I'm doing the right thing, because I was getting tested and I was getting tried like crazy. I remember one day, like, I almost even got in a car accident, and for those of you who know how I drive, even though I like to drive a little fast, I was not in the wrong. I really wasn't in the wrong. I almost got in a car accident and all. I almost, my car actually lost control one day. Out of nowhere, I was on a roundabout, and for some strange reason, I don't know, my car just lost control. Like my steering wheel just like for some reason just got slack out of nowhere, and it just started spinning. And then I caught it in time, continued driving, and I was like, what the hell was that about? The next day, I had to go back on that same strip. I had to go back on that same roundabout, and you should see me looking in the road to see if there was like an oil spill or a bottle or something. Nothing was there. So that is something else that I had to deal with while on this journey. Like the enemy was mad. Like he realized that he couldn't get to me in certain ways, so he was trying to find different strategies. And we all know the enemy comes with the same old attacks. He just does it in a different way. And yeah, he really been trying. So yeah, currently, like I said, right now I feel good, I feel fine. I still have my little moments here or there, but I can definitely see where the growth has come in. I think it's safe to say I'm not the same person that I was a year ago, a couple months ago. Whether, you know, and I don't care what people have to say. I know how I am as a person, and I'm proud of myself. I'm happy with myself. I'm quite content with where I am right now. I may not be where I want to be, but I'm quite content with where I am now. And I think that's the best thing that I could have. And I don't give myself enough credit. I don't tell myself, like, I'm proud of you. Like, I don't look at myself. I don't give myself enough credit. But if there's no other time that I'm doing it, I will do it now. And I'm catching it on a recording to say, like, I am seriously proud of myself. And I'm happy of how far I've come and how much I've grown, how much I was able to acknowledge like different things I do need to work on, what I needed to work on, you know what I'm saying, and trial and error. And certain things I won't know how much I'm fully healed until I get back into certain predicaments or certain situations, but that's a topic for another day. It's not in your business. But yeah, so that is what my path and journey has looked like. My healing journey so far in full transparency, in all honesty. So if you made it towards the end of this video, I hope that you liked it. I tried to be as honest as I could. Again, like I said, this is my second time recording this. I recorded this last week and I didn't want to put that one out because I think I was really, really in my emotions, because I really was the first time I was talking about it out loud to fully say what I was saying, and y'all don't need to see all of that. I don't want y'all to see all of that. But yeah, I hope you liked this video. I hope this was of some help to someone. Let me know how your journey is going. Like, how is your healing? Are you okay? How are you mentally? Are you seeing someone? Are you getting therapy for it? Are you just praying about it? Do you journal about it? Like, have you noticed a difference in yourself? Have you noticed a change in your behavior and your attitude? Like, what has your journey looked like? And let's just talk about it, babe. Like, be an open book. Well, as open as you want to be, as vulnerable as you want, but as you want to be. But don't have any pride. Don't allow pride to get the best of you while you're on this journey. Pride will be your worst enemy, and you're never going to get where you need to be if you're prideful. If you want to be prideful with someone else, do it. But with yourself, don't be. Don't have the spirit of pride. Cancel that out. But I will see you all in my next video. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. And I will see you all in my next video. I love you. Bye.